Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online. I will be doing some Helm's Deep content. I'm going back to Anor to play with my kin. We're doing some West Rohan questing, and then the actual kin event is going to be the Deeping Well Epic Battle Raid. So just making sure I have everything set up here correctly, because sometimes run into issues with the streams and chat not playing, so got that already. And on this character, I actually kind of forgot where I left off. It has been a long time since I played him, and now I might be echoing, but man, I've only done, apparently this is the 7th stream on this character, which is crazy. It feels like I've done a lot more, but I guess I haven't played this character too much. Been doing a lot of different things in the game, and lately, the past 3 weeks, this is the first stream in I think 3 weeks on this character. So it is crazy how little I have done, but I have made decent progress in the other 6 streams. Usually I do this character like doing epic battles or something with my kinship and kind of align it with that while I do the West Rohan questing. So today I plan to continue Broadacres questing. It looks like I still have a quest in Ozerlay here maybe, and then the book quest takes me to Stoke, and I think that's where I am. But yeah, with this character, just thinking, I really haven't done too much on him. I was just super surprised this was only the 7th stream. I thought my number was off, because I have this like West Rohan on Arcade Part 7, so people know which part it is. Basically, like the stream could be a somewhat Let's Play type series through West Rohan is the point of that. But yeah, I was just surprised that I've hardly done anything on this character, it seems like, or hardly any streams on this character rather would be a better way to put it. But again, when I have been able to play LOTRO, especially the past few weeks, I've been maybe focused a little bit on the update 28 beta and doing Louisden, getting him level 130, going through the exciting Minas Morgul stuff, and I'll be on Wells of Langflood next. But yeah, it sounds like we'll be running the epic battle pretty soon. Normally I try to start these a little bit before we do the kin event, but I wasn't quite able to today. But another difference today is I was actually like ready. It seems like the past few streams as well, I've just like jumped in like right after doing something. Today I was actually able to take a minute to prepare myself and really be ready for this. Which one did you say? Alright. Sounds like we will actually be doing Helm's Dike, because the Deeping Well Epic Battle Raid is a raid, and I don't think we have enough people online to do that. We have like 5 of us in the kin online now, and I don't know if everybody will be doing it. But while we're waiting to get that set up, I'm just questing here again outside Ozerlay. I'd rather call it Ozerlay. I don't know if it's actually Ozerlay, it just looks like that. This is actually a little bit swampish. Got those nice willow trees we saw from Eastfold. It was like, so yeah, Finmarch, if anybody remembers, I expected to spend a lot of time questing in Finmarch, but it was more like a short pass by. That's kind of unfortunate. But it looks like in this place where I didn't really expect it, I get to actually quest in a swamp, and it looks a little bit like that looking at the map, like at closer detail, even though it doesn't actually have that name until I get here that it's Snagfin. Here's Eldnoth. That's the NPC I had the original quest for, and I think I've picked up a couple other ones. A little bit distracted from my questing mix of kin chat on Discord, which you all, I guess for anybody, where is that auto skill bar? I need to move that somewhere else, about right here. But for anybody unfamiliar, the kin chat on Discord is on my headphones, and then I have the LOTRO in-game audio on my speakers, which OBS does the speakers. Alright, how many crows do I need? I also need marsh slugs. There's one. And I can gather while waiting. I'm actually kind of excited to do this questing in West Rohan. I know it's been, like I mentioned, 3 weeks, so I kind of forgot where I left off and what I was doing and how I was enjoying it, but yep. Yep. Was Zend coming along? Right, so apparently I was the fellowship leader when the Guardian logged off, so I just have to get some of that stuff set up. If y'all are wondering why I randomly went quiet. I really like West Rohan at night. It's a lot prettier than it is during the day for some reason. Normally I actually find at nighttime in general LOTRO is pretty and I like it, but sometimes it's a little bit annoying to quest in. Yeah, that's weird. It's all that's working for me. So, somebody in the group, they're having troubles with fellowship chat, it seems like. Oh yeah, that auto skill bar. I just need to find a better place for that. Alright, so I still need 5 crows and 6 marsh slugs. I've been running around a little bit distractedly, but at least I've gotten a little bit of progress. So I think we are still waiting for a couple people to get set up. Zen said he'll join along. I passed leadership to you. Okay, now 2 more marsh slugs. Making progress. Getting a lot of Skarn, it seems like, in this area, kind of randomly. I've actually got to 92. I didn't realize I've actually been getting that much Skarn this whole time. So with that big battle, I wonder what rank I am. Looks like I'm rank 3 now. So I don't know what to do, but I can do more at least. So as I mentioned, I think I mentioned this to everybody, that we'll be doing Helm's Dike instead, so having engineer will be more important. But a lot of people in the kin have already been working on engineering 3 and know what to do with all the engineer stuff in Helm's Dike, so I'll just have to learn. Well, then it sounds like deconstructing barricades will be kind of what I do here. Hey Dinjarin, aka Diadem. I should probably just call you Diadem, but you said you were looking forward to this one today. You love Broadacres. Ooh, that is good to know. I really don't remember. I think I'm towards the beginning of Broadacres. I've done a little bit. I don't know if I'm like halfway through, or I just really have no idea since it's been so long since I've played this character. But yeah, we'll get back to the questing after a little bit of epic battles here. I gotta make sure I go on the right spec, and I did not go on the right spec. I was trying to go to the heal spec. can dismantle this. How many can you hold at once? Okay. So I am picking up these barricades and just learning where I need to place them. Okay, so placing my barricade there, I think this is really weird because normally I'm running around like healing all these barricades and getting them built up, but I do not. Do I have to go pick that up? Alright, so now it looks like I'll be doing something I'm a little bit more used to, just building these barricades, and I guess I could actually build that one while I'm doing this. But building these barricades and then I'll deconstruct some for people to place. It's still super weird that you can heal these to build them. I feel like I have to comment on it every time because it is just so weird. Okay, so it sounds like I just have to wait for all these barricades to dismantle. Again, I feel like I'm not talking much right now for the stream, but that's just because I have to listen a little bit to what I have to do. It's kind of like way back. I haven't really done too much of that since way back in the Rift. Where can I move? I don't think I can actually move this panel. I remember I was looking at trying to move it. Oh, maybe you can move it with that. I don't even think I need control backslash for that. I'll set that about right there. It's still in the way a little bit, but so stone obstruction. I think that's actually one where I can heal. Oh, this is the one. Okay, this is the one where we do the archers. Okay, so I have to stay with this archer, and I have to keep him healed up. I think he'll start having some orcs attack him or something, and then also make sure he fires every time, every cooldown. It's been a long time since I've run an epic battle. I think it would be at least 3 weeks since that's the last time I played this character, and he's the one I do the epic battles on. So with Helm's Dike, I was getting a little bit tired of it because we were running it every week or even twice a week at some points when Helm's Deep was like pretty new on the server. So yeah, this is the part where I just keep him healed up, which should be pretty easy. But yeah, with this epic battle, it's actually a little bit nice to run it again, even though I had to just get used to it a little bit. It's been so long since I've done it. Not as long as before the epic battles were released on Anor, legendary servers, and Ithel. Because I don't think I actually ever did these after Helm's Deep. Like, I only did these a little bit during Helm's Deep at most. I wonder, I actually could check, I guess, what my old characters on Arkenstone are, what, like, rank with, well, just the promotion points, how many they have, because I really don't think I did epic battles all that much, but I did them on, I went through all of them on one character at least. I guess with only one soldier here, I will have to do some damage. Alright, so still, I think we have one archer defeated, so that's a little bit unfortunate. I think this character, if I'm like looking towards his progression, make sure I gotta keep that ready, but Helm's Dike, there's one that I don't have, a Stone Obstruction. That's actually the only one I don't have a medal on this character on. That's crazy, because I actually remember getting this one a lot. I don't know how I never got a medal on it. I kind of feel like this was one that seemed to somewhat randomly fail. I don't know, this is one, yeah, I think we lose and I'm not sure. Because if we click the archers, as soon as that's off cooldown, I think that's supposed to. But like these two rock carriers here, they're about to place stone obstructions, I think that'll go towards failing. I really don't know if there's another way. But yeah, that's a bit odd. And that's, I guess, why I have no medal on it. I kind of remember now that seems to always happen with that one. I don't know if there's some other way to do it. People in my kin, since just they've run these so much, probably found out why. Know a little bit more, but at least that was my task there, to heal him and just click him. He was ready. So I am putting the catapult. For some reason I can't click that skill. Wonder if it was... I have no idea what I'm doing right now to this catapult, but I am doing stuff. I'm upgrading its speed right now. Again, I am new to rank 3 engineer, so there's a lot of stuff you get when you get rank 3, but I just don't know basically what all you get with that. I think this is for if we have one of those side missions, one of these things. I should probably change the... Actually, I'm not sure. I was going to say I should probably change the title of the stream since we are doing the Deeping Well Epic Battle Raid. At least now I think we might try to pug that after this. It's kind of unfortunate. I wouldn't have minded skipping Helm's Dike, to be honest, just because it would have been nice to do a little bit more questing and then wait for the Deeping Wall if we do pug that. I think I can go get one. So I need to go get a ballista. And DMC said you have to ask every person who ran by what you should be doing in this. Yeah, that's pretty much the way I've always been. We've had Jimmy, who's playing Jasper here. He pretty much directs everybody on what to do, and I follow, and that actually makes it more fun to me. Actually having like tasks to do. I have one too. Okay. So yeah, in this one, as I mentioned, I'm just like extra. Yep. Okay, I'm just extra not sure what to do in this one again because I am like rank 3 engineer, my first time actually doing this type of stuff. Normally my task is to actually just heal and build all the barricades. So I think the ballista, they usually set up like right here or so. Oh, so I can upgrade 2 things, armor and speed, probably speed. Actually, I don't think I need to heal it anymore, that just helps with building it for the health. Ooh, this character has 2 trait points to spend in the blue line. I guess I got the important one, the lightning runestone. I'm not actually sure where I'd spend the rest of the points. Probably not Prelude to Hope. Oh, I can upgrade the speed and the armor, I guess. I thought it might have been like Officer where you can only do one of those. Okay, so I think I should put a barricade here. If I can get the angle right. I think that barricade's set up, but there might be. Yeah, there's one down here I can. Which barricade? Okay. Oh, I didn't know where to put that. Okay, so I have to move the barricade to where the ballista is shooting, but that is okay. That's just where I thought people normally set it up, is why I did that, but it sounds like if I did that, the barricade needs to be put here, which makes sense. Wonder what the best spot, I guess, to slow them right here. Oops, there it goes. And then I'll move this barricade up as well, and we'll just have a bunch of barricades there. I think so. I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so we got the watchtowers, and this is the one we just set up for. I'm a little bit familiar with how to work the ballista. I have done that at least. I probably want to aim up one. Oh, that's it. So when the orcs get to the barricade, which I can actually fight them while waiting for them to get to the barricade, with the goal to slow them. Ballista does a lot more damage than me, so I do need to focus on that a little bit more than actually fighting the orcs down there. But if I can do a little bit to slow them, that's probably good. I think when we usually run this, that's kind of the way it works. Good so far. Okay, there's a little sap bird. They're the annoying ones. The ones with the bombs, they can damage the watchtowers, I know. Oh, I totally missed firing this catapult. But if I can get this stun landing scout, then that should be good, and I'll go back to the catapult. I'm also used to having 3 people on this end, so that's a little bit weird to me. And I think that is exactly how it should work more often. Okay, so got it ready this time, and now I can poke my head down here to see who is coming, and we actually have quite a few, so I'm going to stun them and then go ahead and fire the ballista. Actually, I should have turned around first. I don't think the ballista actually hit anybody. It's all my runestone down there, so as long as it gets loaded, and then now I can fire and it hit one of them. And I think we got a 6th player, so now we actually have a 3rd person on our side to help, so that's nice. This is probably when it gets tough anyway. Kind of crazy the difference when you actually have something like a rank 3 engineer, or just somebody that can do the ballistas. Just because of how much damage they deal, they just like completely annihilate here the dunlendings. But compared to when you don't actually have that, when you're just starting out with epic battles, this one's actually pretty tough. I think it's actually more exciting when you don't have the ballista set up, because here I just like click it, fire it, and that's pretty much it to defend this. It actually felt like more of a challenge back when we didn't have ballistas and didn't have the setup like perfected for this. And we are done. I think got platinum. Oh, it looks like I got level 92 at some point. I actually don't know when I got level 92, if I got that during the stream. I wonder if because I'm pretty sure I was level 91. I really don't know when I leveled up. So I'm going to pick up a barricade, and I think they're getting the... So I'll only be able to get the barricade. Somebody else picked up the other thing. I had the ballista. Oh, we had one banner burned. That usually doesn't happen. I don't know. It's very rare that I actually see something like that happen in for the regular, like, Helm Dike. So all I have is a barricade right now. I think I don't know. I think there's one more side mission we could have. It sounds like we might prepare for Helm's Hammer Hand, that side mission. That's pretty much the biggest challenge we actually have with our group now, is actually putting the stuff, all the barricades, ballistas, and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to dismantle these and build these barricades real quick. I don't remember on this one if I normally heal the... I don't know if I heal the statue, but I heal the... I think all the weapon caches that... maybe... I think just the weapon caches. East. No. Do I need to go back and get one? Can't really do too much damage in the blue line, but I think right now I'll mainly be healing like basically the things these guys target. Ooh, okay, he did a lot of damage to me. Okay, so I'm gonna get this barricade and I think bring it back up. Oops, gotta actually click the box. At least with the blue line here, even though we don't have like our siege weapon set up or anything, I can at least heal the stuff, so that definitely helps. See, I guess just one more too slow. A little bit rough, but at least I'm able to heal this stuff. Like, we almost had that weapons cache destroyed. They were asking how the Far East is. We have 4 people in the middle one, and then looks like we have 3 of us now. Somebody came over to help us. Oh yeah, I should probably put my caltrops down as well. Seems like they like going for this back weapons cache, so I'll keep that one. Just make extra sure a little bit that I keep that one healed up. And I can use the bubble, which will actually heal both of them. Oh, there's actually another weapons cache here. I don't know if I just totally missed that or didn't actually register that there was a third one. I thought there were only these two, which I actually, before this, actually thought there were a lot more from what I remembered previously, but looks like it's just these three, and as long as I keep up with it, it should be super easy to heal them. Especially we have a Beorning. I don't know if they're healing and a captain who could. Oh no, that's a champion, not a captain. So going to upgrade this one while I can still heal these things. Don't think, yeah, I can't load while I upgrade, but I'll go ahead and just upgrade it since we don't need it right away. It looks like we were actually doing fine before we even got this, but of course it will help if we run into any issues, and we actually just defeated the last wave. And I think, yeah, we got a platinum, didn't even use the ballista there. So now I'll dismantle. I actually think we're finished with this. So yeah, I don't know if I got many promotion points. Doesn't look like I got any. So I'm just going to head back to the middle, and I think we just have to basically wait it out while these, mostly these NPCs defeat the attacking orcs, and just make sure a little bit that they're healed up and no more banners are burned again. Usually I never actually see that happen. See, this character, he has a relatively clean inventory compared to a lot of my other characters. I have these virtue XP things. I was saving these up, so there's the 10% bonus virtue XP weekend thing. Either last weekend or the one before, but I thought about using them with that, but I'd rather wait to save them. I think in December there might be a 20% extra virtue even, and I would rather save these for that just to get the maximum value out of them, especially because I don't but since I'm not good about farming my virtues, that would definitely be helpful to get the maximum out of those that I could. At least farming virtues, with the new virtue system, I like it a little bit better than the old virtue system. It's still, I don't know, I guess because I play a lot of different alts, I'm not really ever motivated to farm virtues too much, so actually the idea of virtues to me isn't really bad or anything. But with the virtues, it's just because I think I play so many characters and I play so many alts, so if I want to do old Eriador content, say for if I were to farm deeds in those areas on one of my high level characters, or just level a new character there of a different class, get some variety and actually do whatever content on level. I would rather do it on level lower level characters, so I essentially if I were to do that type of content that Deeds promote, I usually do it on different characters. And hi Q Gabriella, you asked why 7, and I am not sure what you were saying 7 to. There are maybe my name, actually. I just did 7 because it's my favorite number, so it's like Louis 7, if that's what you're asking. Oh, thanks. Apparently somebody said I did a great job at this. I picked that up. So I think, yeah, we're actually done. We're just waiting to actually get a reward. There we go. So I got my fancy level 90 gear, even though I'd replace it at level 95 anyway. So this earring would... I'd actually have to leave to see if it's an upgrade or not. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the instance, and I think we are going to be running Deeping Wall. Oh, and Diadem, you said recognition is nice. If that's in reference to something I said, I honestly don't remember. I just remember talking about virtues. I don't think that's a virtue name. Okay, just thought I'd check. Oh, I got an emerald shard. Oh, that was actually from the heavy walnut branches, I think, and then the earring was from that Rohan box thing. But this earring, that's the thing I wanted to look at. The actual stats are worse than the level 85 one, but the critical rating versus finesse versus tactical mastery, that's the main thing I'd consider. So if I look, I probably actually want that one. I know it's very minimal what I really get out of this stuff, but I can go ahead and equip this just to compare. The main thing is the critical rating. I go 19.6, so I get almost a whole percent of critical rating, but with the finesse, I have plenty of that, so that doesn't matter. The only other one is tactical mastery that I have to compare. I go 191.3 to 189.7. So it's actually pretty similar, and just because the gold one has more stats overall, I'll keep that one equipped, I think. The upgrade to tactical mastery from this, I think, is more than what I'd get from the critical rating. Or not quite more, but it's almost the same, and then all the other stuff. Oh, recognition, that buff. That's, yes, I remember that it's called recognition. So yeah, that's the weekend XP bonus that they give sometimes, and I actually think, did we have that? Is that one I missed, or is that one coming up? I actually don't remember. I guess I played a little bit this past weekend, but again, the past really 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it seems like I've been extra busy. So it's like things finally calmed down a little bit, and I think later this week I'll be able to work on more content and videos and just play LOTRO more. I really haven't been able to play LOTRO or any games. LOTRO is basically the only game I've been playing, and I haven't even been able to play it much to take advantage of those. So my point is, I don't remember if the recognition buff, if we had that one last weekend, or if there is one coming up this weekend. I just remember that either recently was a thing or will be a thing. But anyway, yes, the buff is nice. The other pieces of gear I got, though, I should probably... I actually don't know who Carva is. Okay, an alt of somebody. And then the necklace, I don't think that'll be an upgrade. Ring, earring, other earring. Okay, so got all the gear settled, so we can switch to a DPS spec and kill some more marsh crows. And I can turn floaty dames off, even though that was nice to find the walnut branches and the earling garden. But yeah, I need more marsh crows. I actually got all the slugs. Yeah, that epic battle, the main thing I don't like about them, and it's kind of odd because instances and raids, they take a long while, but for some reason epic battles, I just feel like they're very long, and just, maybe it's because they're slow, but like this stream has been going 47 minutes, it looks like, and the epic battle we were doing for a large portion of that, but I actually spent quite a few minutes just questing in the landscape and getting settled a little bit in this area, finding out what I needed to do and getting this character settled. But my point is, even though it wasn't even that long, it was maybe 40 minutes at most. Usually I think that's 35 to 40 minutes Helm's Dike, but it's like relatively short, so if I just did that, that'd leave me a lot of time with questing, but it just felt really long. I was like, I'm probably not going to get much questing done, but then it was actually shorter, if what I'm saying actually makes any sense. Kind of the point is that I should be able to do a decent amount of questing, but we will do not Helm's Dike, that's the one we did, Deeping Wall, that epic battle next, which will just take a little bit of time from the questing that I could be doing. But it looks like, oops, we got our fellowship disbanded. I wonder if there was some issue with starting it or forming it. I don't know why exactly we disbanded, but that's okay. We can quickly re-invite. Oh, I needed to do another turn-in at the Mead Hall of Ozerly. I honestly don't know why I was just randomly running out. Oh, maybe I can open this door. There we go. One thing I actually noticed with this door, the inside of the door, so if I look here, the door is quite a bit taller than me, almost like twice my height. And then the door out here, like I barely fit in it, so somehow between going outside and inside, the door like doubles in size, it seems like. Not quite doubles, but gets quite a bit taller. Okay, so I don't think I will use any of these, so I'll pick a random one, and then Signet of Torsbury to Thane Tordag. And if I remember correctly, Thane Tordag... Oh, Torsbury. Have I been to Torsbury? I have not. Stoke is the one that I've been to. So if I remember correctly, Torsbury is the one overrun by orcs, but I'm not entirely sure. For some reason, it's just Torsbury of the little bit that I remember from West Rohan that I did previously before I basically quit with it. I just remember Torsbury, so we'll see how much I actually recognize it once I get there. Wonder what my deed progress is for West Rohan, because that's one thing on Luiden I completed. Just like regular questing, I completed all of the Slayer deeds except for one. Didn't quite complete all the Explorer deeds, I don't think. But all the Slayer deeds, I was like able to do a lot of that, so I'm just kind of curious. I've been a little bit comparing the experience between West Rohan and Minas Morgul. Between the two characters, even though West Rohan I haven't done too much of lately. And I'm not all the way through it, so it looks like I still need a lot of Slayer deeds. That's one thing also with this character and just, I guess, West Rohan in general. Oh, we are getting to Yorns. This is East Vangorn. That would explain it. I went a little bit too far north, even though that's still, like, in the zone on the map. For some reason that Huron looked like I don't know, like an extra scary one, like it was going to be not necessarily a rare. I don't even know if there are like rare signatures, elites, that type of thing at this level in this area, but it looked like one that could have been like a warband or just some like name signature, but it looks like it's generic to the rest of them. But it was a neat looking Huron at least. Alright, so finally making it basically to the back door of Torsbury. I can go around a little bit. Alright, so Torsbury has been overrun. Looks like it is Dunlending, not orcs. So what do I need to do here? Oh, there's a camp outside, so I really did go like backwards through this, but that's okay. And I just got Wolfslayer. I was just talking, whoa, my morale is way low. I was paying zero attention to that. I just got the Wolfslayer deed though. I was just talking about deeds, and that's another one, like I've gone through this much and I just haven't encountered a wolf. Okay, I'm going to use a potion and... Oh yeah, I'm in the yellow line. I could have actually done that a little bit more efficiently with the healing, but that is okay as long as I survive. And now I'm out of power, but I have plenty of power potions, just actually need to use those. Alright, I think I am out of combat, except that archer is bothering me. And then I can go turn in the quest. So Torsbury is overrun, but it looks like they have a little camp set on the outside of Torsbury. Yeah, it looks like on the map, so the map here is a little bit interesting. They just have like a random camp shown here, and otherwise it's just like green plains looking land, a little bit of hills based on the map. Actually looks like there could be little mountains here depending on the scale you think of it as, but then there are like trees right next to that, so it's just little creases. So this is serving the summons too, and it looks like for this one I'll have to help the people of Tordag's camp. Enemies abound. Based on what I just saw, that was probably true. Ooh, here is a raid. This is probably for warbands, I would guess, but I'm honestly not sure. I really don't remember this. If this is a regular landscape thing separate from warbands, I really don't remember it. Do not defeat neutral Yorns. Find evidence of the evil things. Okay. Alright, so I think I am back. My internet, or at least OBS, disconnected there. Also had a ton of lag in getting stuck in LOTRO. I don't know exactly when I disconnected from the internet. I was talking about the bushes and them catching on fire. And then I have some quests around, and I think we're still trying to get a group for Deeping Wall. We have, I don't know, 5 more spots to fill, I think. There are 6 of us in right now, but I think one more is being filled with the group or something. But anyway, we're still, just for a status update, getting more people. And I think I should actually probably switch to the chat with Fellowship, Raid, and Kinship. Okay, so stop the motion. That is the quest I will work on next. Horns in the shadows. So defeat the black horns, but do not bring harm to horns that serve the end. So I guess the neutral ones are the ones I can't defeat. I'll have to see what those guys look like, so I'd be careful not to defeat them. I think the other ones that I targeted, like the evil looking ones, were black, but maybe they are actually the neutral ones. Sorry, I missed what that was. Oh. Sorry, is this a horn? I would probably pass on that. Actually don't know if this is a horn that serves the ends or if it's a black horn. It looks black, but we'll see. Yeah, that was a neutral horn, so I'll have to avoid those. I'm fine just questing here in West Rohan, leveling a bit, but they're asking, so in the kin, I guess I should give you all an update on that. It sounds like we're going to not be running any epic battle. We were trying to get the Deeping Wall, a group for that. But that means now I can focus a little bit more on, oh, it looks like there's a Throg farm. That might be taking some people from, like, as far as, like, in-game people wanting to do this. Also, I wonder how many people are on. Oh, it's like normal business for a Nor. Usually we can pug it pretty quickly, I think, as a kin. I haven't been here for a few weeks, which is why I wasn't entirely sure. Looks like I went way too far east, so I'll just navigate through here, being careful not to attack Horn, and just attack Black Horn instead. I can defeat one more before I would fail this, but I would still rather not if I can avoid it. Well, thanks all. Okay, so I disconnected from my kin's Discord, so I can take my headphones off, which my head and my ears will like. Gotta be careful to not use an AoE if I don't want to, especially now that I have two of the neutral horns on attacking me. If they were so nice and I shouldn't defeat them, then they should not attack me, is how I'd think of that. Actually, the other one is a black horn, so I can attack that one freely. And I have a stun coming up, but sustaining bolt, I should get that heal soon. As far as my morale goes, so for the rest of the stream, I can just focus on questing. It's been a long time since I've really settled down with questing. I guess that's the whole 3 weeks thing that I keep going on about, but yeah, it's just been a while since I've been able to settle down for a long questing session on this character. And today, normally I do a little bit of questing before our kin event, before whatever epic battle. That's usually what I align this character with. I still have to defeat 2 more black horns. There are just a ton of the regular horns. There's one I'm targeting. It'll be nice, I think, to just get back to the West Rohan. That's one thing I've actually been enjoying a little bit more, what I've done recently. So just to recap a little bit about my West Rohan experience so far, not only or on this character since restarting it with the legendary server. So before that though, I'll go ahead and talk to him, but I still think I need to defeat one Blackhorn. Yeah, I probably have to defeat one Blackhorn and then I'll see where that quest turn in is. But before the legendary servers, I did a little bit of West Rohan, a little bit of it was scattered because I wasn't enjoying it and just decided to do other stuff. Mainly was leveling my low level characters when Helm's Deep was actually released in the game. I was even playing other games more frequently then because I didn't really like the West Rohan content, didn't really like the epic battles too much. But with the legendary server, I wanted to like re-experience that and basically go through all of West Rohan. And to be honest, there for a while I thought that was going to be very hard because West Rohan did start okay, but then the next few streams on this character, which were maybe like 3 or 4 streams in a row, I know I haven't done that many, so that's actually a lot. That's like half my time so far in West Rohan. I did not really enjoy the questing. Looks like I have a quest pickup. I was like, another quest turn in here? But I guess I just forgot to pick up a quest from him after I turned in the 2 quests there. But yeah, that was just for a while, but then the past couple streams, which really was the one before this and the one before that, and so far this one I'm actually enjoying the questing more, so we're back in a good phase of West Rohan. It's just been super inconsistent, but as of late it's been a little bit more enjoyable. Alright, so collect black heartwood from Blackhorn, so I have to defeat even more of them. The problem is I keep running into the regular Horns, but I think for this quest I can just defeat any of them, and the quest item I'll get from the Blackhorns. This is a very nice area as far as a forest goes. I like to compare a lot of forests to Mirkwood and Northern Mirkwood, because Northern Mirkwood was like the new version of a forest. This is a little bit different. I think Mirkwood's supposed to be more full of like fear and scarier and spookier. That's the word I'm looking for. Just spookier overall, that kind of darker atmosphere. And this one's just like a regular forest. More so a regular forest, I should say. And this one is a lot less thick. That was one thing with Northern Mirkwood. It was super cluttered, especially even compared to Southern Mirkwood. So I always like to compare the different forests to Northern Mirkwood just to get a fuller perspective of how different it is than some of the other ones. Some of the other forests in this game. That is a huge tree back there. No, that's a regular horn. I think it was my perspective. Last time I thought it was a huge, like just a big, different looking one of these regular horns, but for some reason I thought it was like way back past that with like the depth perspective, I guess. I think actually if I kept going, you would end up in the Entwood, which as far as I know is a separate thing. I don't know if the quests here actually lead to that, what level it is, but I think that's mainly level 95 content if I remember correctly, like separate from the regular West Rohan area. Like it's within West Rohan, this general region, Entwood. Oh, there's Isengard over there. Yeah, because that's Fangorn, where West Rohan were actually pretty close to Dunland. It goes to Isengard. I think they're separated by mountains. It's a little bit weird how it's set up because it's like a totally separate area from Dunland, but it is connected, I think, and kind of looking at it between the 2 maps, Dunland is at the corner of every map, basically, so it's a little bit hard to see that. I think it's mainly considered to be inside Eriador, but it's like right next to Rovanian as well, and we don't have the White Mountains down there, Nimrus, to like get a perspective from that area. I think Dunland, right around there. There's Isengard, of course. We have Gondor, which maybe that actually does include Nimrus a little bit more. There's Amphalis, which we don't actually have Amphalis, but Western Gondor connects to the Paths of the Dead, which connects to Kingstead, so that's where that connection is. So we actually do have a path between West Gondor and West Rohan through the Paths of the Dead. Okay. I'm just reminding myself a little bit of how this map worked. Got a little bit distracted there, but I always think it's interesting to explore a little bit just because there's so much content in compared to other games, the main one I'd compare it to is World of Warcraft. I think the LOTRO map is a bit odd, but not in a bad way. It just makes it interesting to look at a little bit like that, and I think because they add so much content and then they do it in various regions, they like bounce between different regions when they add new zones and things like that, and different updates to follow more like with the storyline, but that just means the zones we get, I think, sometimes don't really make too much sense as far as the flow with that goes, even though it makes more sense with the story, I think, is the point of it, but like the point of why they release which zones when. But another thing that just made me think of is like, so we had, for the most part, you went through like, you did go to Dunland and then you went back. We had a place after Lothlorien after that, so that was a little bit odd. But even with Mirkwood, it went Mirkwood and then we had the zone next to Dunland, Enedwaith, which led to Dunland, which was the Rise of Isengard update. But then we had the Great River, which was next to Southern Mirkwood and Lothlorien, mainly Lothlorien, and then we had East Rohan, West Rohan. Those were both together, but West Rohan is what goes back to Dunland, and then we had West Gondor and all that leading up to Mordor. We actually had Mordor, went back to Forian, which is also near East Rohan. Just thinking a little bit more about this map, I kind of wanted to complete that after talking about it. But then we had Mordor, and then after Mordor, we just like totally randomly went way back up here to northern Mirkwood, which is a little bit far from southern Mirkwood, so it's not even linked. There's a lot of stuff between that we actually had. This map is a little bit strange the way it works. We actually have Roscobel as a area within the Vales of Anduin, but it still doesn't link actually northern Mirkwood and southern Mirkwood. We don't have anything like between Mordor and basically we're getting to the Iron Hills as far east as we've gone, other than Mordor. I think that takes you, that takes you to the Waste. And then after northern Mirkwood, made a little bit of sense. We went around, we went to the east and then east and northwest there to Arid Mithra and the Grey Mountains. But then we went back towards northern Mirkwood and even southwest of that. Actually went back to connect to the Misty Mountain Zone and Lothlorien with Vales of Anduin. And that had the Beorning lands and all that. But then we went to Wells of Langflood, which went near northern Mirkwood and the Grey Mountains again, and then we'll be going to Gundabad. But actually, before the Wells of Langflood, after Vales of Anduin, we went all the way back to Mordor again with Minas Morgul. And Mordor besieged, of course, but yeah, just a lot of bouncing around there. I was just thinking about it. Just kind of wanted to complete my thought and adventure through that. Anyway, we can get back to the West Rohan questing. That was a fun little sidetrack, at least for me. I think I need to make a video on that whole topic, because it's something that is, I kind of did when they did the free coupon quest pack code thing. I kind of did a video like that, because I talked about which was like part of expansion content and what was quest pack content, so basically what you got out of that. And I did even something similar. I didn't go through the whole map like that level by level. I did that in the coupon when they had the LOTRO free quest coupon code, that map, and the breakdown with that. But whatever time of day it is, it actually looks very nice here. I guess I'm getting at the edge of the Caves of Fangorn area. So that actually reminds me I need to get some screenshots in this area, at least I would like to. I'm guessing it is sunrise because it was night and we're getting close to sunrise probably. I got some quest progress from doing something. Defeat half-orcs. Actually need to talk to Blackthorn. I believe he is back in the forest. So we'll go back there. But yeah, with all the zones and the levels they have and when they were released, and even if they're included as a quest pack or part of an expansion pack, especially nowadays, it's been a long while since it's been this way, but since they were like from expansion content or released during an expansion period, but now they're like no longer really considered part of that expansion content. Zones like Lothlorien and Enedwaith basically are the ones I'm talking about, but those type of zones and just breaking down all of that and by level, I think would be a good video to do. Which again, I did a lot of that in the LOTRO free quest coupon code video. But that one, because the coupon is expired, even though that was a long portion of the video, was actually breaking down what you got out of that. I don't think that video is probably getting hardly any views just because the coupon is expired, and I put that in the title of the video so people know. I still have the video up for reference for what you did get, so it still has like that full breakdown. So now I need to collect Huorn acorns. I wonder if I have to kill these again or if this is going to be a pickup. It looks like it is going to be a pickup, and I'll probably keep targeting this until I actually pick it up, so I'll get these walnut branches first. And it looks like there's some Earlingus gar in here. Wonder if there's any Skarn in the forest. I would kind of doubt it in a way, but there definitely could be. It actually looks like there is. I almost thought they might not actually have any. There's actually some walnut branches. That's what I thought there'd be more of, and it would make more sense that there are tree branches all over the ground. Here's a Huorn acorn. This is the type of quest, though, I really feel like I don't mind exploring this area and just going through it once more for a quest, but it seems like the Huorn acorn could have been a quest that I got while I was killing the black Huorns again. I scratched my mic again. I have a tendency to do that now that it's placed right in front of me, unfortunately. Oops, I have another Huorn attacking. At least with these ones I can kill the regular Huorns. I don't have to worry about that. I was going to say I did not mean to use Distracting Flame, but it's actually a good thing. I need to use Distracting Flame for my class deed. I should be using it every cooldown, basically, and same thing with Self-Motivation, I think. Unless I actually finished, it looks like I did not finish Self-Motivation. But yeah, Stare at the Flame, the Distracting Flame, I need to use that. I could actually complete that, I think, today if I use it enough. If I use it on cooldown, I could actually complete it. Just need to use it 35 times, which would be 32 more times if I can do it 35 times a day. And then Self-Motivation, also use that on cooldown. I can complete both of those, which would be nice. I'll just have to actually remember to use it, and maybe I could even switch to the red line. Instead of zapping these trees, I'll burn them. Even though Distracting Flame is way over here at number, whatever that is, number 8. In fact, because it is number 8, I'm actually going to move it. I'll replace it with Fire Ready Kill. That's super weird, but that's just so I actually use it. Basically use it on cooldown. Here are all the black Huorns. There are quite a few in this area, I think, or maybe there are only 2. I don't even need to kill those anymore. That is a tiny deer. It is a fawn, which would explain it. But it's just like, I was like, is that too small? Is there some bug making that creature smaller than it should be? It's a Huorn acorn. Wow, I actually got 3 of those. For some reason I felt like I got 1 or 2 maybe. But I'm actually making better progress on the quest than I thought, especially after these 2. I'll have 5. Then I'll just need 3 more. Which on the map, it doesn't look like the map's actually changing, which is, I think, a good thing. That probably means this area is just full of them. I don't know if I can get 3 down this way, but maybe I can. I think it is time to use Self-Motivation and Distracting Flame again. I remember that was a big thing, so like, hey Ardeth, the Lore Seeker, but a big thing when I was leveling all my characters on Anora, I was always focused on the class deeds and using all those skills. I don't know if anybody watching here that watched those remembers that, but it was just like a huge focus was class deeds and using all those skills, especially at low level, because it was good to get those deeds done, because that means my low level characters got all their class trait points and all that stuff. I think that Huorn is targeting me, but he actually didn't do anything. It's kind of crazy how much weaker fire is compared to what it used to be. Compared to what it used to be and compared to lightning. Well, it looks like I'm going way out of the range of this quest, but there should be an acorn right there. I think I could track these, but my tracker is full. That would just remind me to use them. So 16 more on not distracting flame, but self starter, still 29 more on this one. So I'll go ahead and still use it on cooldown. I guess I'll pull the Fangorn Buck. And at least with the red line, it's not a bad thing to use on like my... Oh, I need to place these Huorn acorns now. Thought I would be ready to turn in that quest, but turns out I am not. But with the opening sequence, I guess for red line, use, or at least I use, Essay of Fire and Essence of Flame, which builds 6 attunement. That should leave me 1 short. I actually would want to test this, but pretty sure that should give you 19 out of 20 attunement, or I guess it would be 1 out of 10. So let me just test this real quick. Yeah, that works. So that gives me full attunement, but I'm actually not entirely sure why. I just know it does. But anyway, you get 6 attunement from the opener of Essay of Fire and Essence of Flame, and then Distracting Flame will give the rest of the attunement I need for Smoldering Wrath. Oh, I remember seeing this ground targeted area. I guess that is where I placed the Huorn acorns, and I just have to run over it real quick. It looks like I have aggroed another Huorn. Oops, and I somehow missed Essence of Flame on that, so I should have an immediate cast for whenever I cast something again. Don't think it applies to self-motivation, but any fire skill. Only thing I have to make sure is I can get Distracting Flame off, and I did. Oh, there are a lot of Huorns here. Oh, they actually went to the acorn. Okay, they aren't even targetable, or like enemies. I thought that was crazy that I was going to have to fight all those. Back in the day, I would have been pretty comfortable doing that in the red line, but nowadays, just because it is relatively weak, I would much rather be in the lightning spec if I had to fight what looked like 2 regular enemies and a signature. Especially without preparing in the red line. If you prepare, it can be a little bit better, still not quite as good as yellow line, I don't think. One thing, though, to consider between the two, at least for what I'm doing, is this is landscape content, so mobs have little health, and redline definitely has a lot of damage over time with it, even if the opening sequence, the opening burst phase there is pretty strong. Where am I headed? Okay. Even if that is pretty strong, it does have a lot of damage over time that is built up slowly with your dots. Here we go. Gotta check my deed progress again. Making progress. I only need, I think I used it 10 times now. About a little, like once or twice more than 10 times, but roughly 10 times in. It's just a lot better than it used to be. It's also good to get the gameplay variety. I know at least redline to me feels slower. than yellow line, even though some of the fights, if I don't get any crits in yellow line, it definitely goes slow, but I think overall it's just the average damage from it is higher. Especially while leveling, I can move and do all that, so that makes red line feel extra slow. I'm also squishy in red line. There's a lot of self-healing in the yellow line, mainly with that one skill, Sustaining Bolt, but also just a lot easier to use something like Mending Verse in the yellow line. That gives actually a decent chunk of healing. Looks like I have to go way out here for the next acorn. Like, I would think the dots I put on him would be enough to kill him before even using Smoldering Wrath. At least that would be true if I weren't using Distracting Flame. This actually does a decent amount of damage over time, it just takes a while. But yeah, with Redline, if the survivability was more, especially if I could actually do stuff while moving, of course that'd be totally different, but then I could just dot a few enemies like I do on the Warden and move along. And here I'm guessing this is the entrance to Entwood. I don't really remember it, but that's what it looks like. A little bit of a shift in what it looks like here. It's also raining. Looks like I can use self-motivation. So now I get to talk to Blackthorn again, who is way in the east. So we get a lot of running through here. I will try to take some screenshots, but I really don't know how a screenshot like this would be unless I use it as like a background and blur it. Like, I'm thinking specifically for like a thumbnail. Before I really did much with thumbnails, like using screenshots, just landscapes for backgrounds for those, I mainly took them when I leveled up. That used to be a thing I always did. Like, every time I leveled up, I took a screenshot. And that was like on all my characters, so it's just something I did. I don't really do that anymore, and that's what a lot of my old screenshots are, or like I would get a big crit. A lot of my like oldest screenshots are just like levels up and whenever I got big crits. Some were of landscape, so I did have like a few of those, but now I just take a lot more of the landscape. And I also do take some action type screenshots for thumbnails, but I think they're just interesting. Alright, so now I get to go back to Tordag's camp. Quest is Darkness No More, as if we fixed the darkness, but it's raining right now, but I still think there is a lot of darkness in the Eastern Fangorn here. Let's see, I know I just checked the deed progress, but time to check it again, and I need 17 more. Distracting Flame, so that's not too many. Also, self-motivation, only need 12 more. That's one I can actually use now, and I can also maybe get a Distracting Flame in real quick. I don't plan to fight this Hjorn, but I'll at least get my Distracting Flame in. And then I think I can actually go to Torsbury and do the quest here a little bit. I have to do Monsters or Madness. I did get a raid quest. That is Eves of Fangorn. Broadacres, here we are. Monster or Madness, that is the raid quest, so probably won't do that right now. I actually don't even know where Monster or Madness is. Again, I think I would guess it's Warbands. Actually, it's Entwood, Stone Deeds. Yeah, I would guess Warbands, but I'm actually not entirely sure. It might not be. It's just something I don't really remember. This is also a time I would really like to be lightning spec, because I could do this a lot more easily. The fire runestone's pretty strong though. The lightning one, of course, has all of its benefits. Oh, I didn't actually remove that debuff. Yeah, that's basically why I don't like playing fire in situations like that. The old fire probably would have done enough damage. I'm actually not sure. It could have done enough damage. I don't know that it would have. I should probably get on my worsted just to go through this a little bit faster. I don't think this open landscape, so if they had like a wide open landscape like this, I don't think the worsted is necessary, just like on a totally different subject, but just because you have the worsted and because they made it so large, like if this was the entire West Rohan zone, of course the worsted wouldn't be needed. They would probably have to have a lot more in the zone, and it might even be a bad example. But just if the region were slightly more condensed with what it had, but still like large and open and just generally flat landscape like this, plains type area, I think they could have done it without worsteds if they never introduced mounted combat, is kind of what I was getting to there. I'll probably stay fire spec, and I'll just have to be more careful about what I pull and not accidentally run into a whole camp of mobs first of all, and just like run through the town, the city Torsbury. And I think I say that as I pull some mounted combat enemies, but I would think, be able to run away from them quick enough. So yeah, now I'm going to the back. For some reason I always go to the back here, I guess because I'm going from the east to the west, but I have to defeat, actually do have to defeat half-orc riders. I didn't even notice that. I should actually pay attention to my quests and what I need to do for them. Enemies abound, so I'm actually mostly done here. I just need to do the half-orc warriors, which there are some in Torsbury, it looks like. Oh, he resisted one of the things, so he resisted the initial damage, I think, and then Distracting Flame did the damage over time, or maybe he resisted the slightly decreased threat because there is no initial damage. Don't think I need to defeat half-orc archers. This is a situation where fire is pretty good. I was very quickly able to kill the second orc. Or Stalk, I don't think I need him. I'll probably need these enemies later, but figure I might as well fight them while I'm here. Hopefully my character was just in a little weird stuck phase there. I was just worried because earlier, of course, my internet disconnected. That I was just worried that happened again. I'm not sure it's rainy, but it's somewhat neat looking of a landscape. So I don't need anything here. I do need the half-orc warrior. I'll go ahead and kill him. I thought I killed a half-orc warrior. I wonder if it didn't count for some reason. Yeah, this does not count. I need to defeat half-orc warriors. I defeated half-orc warrior, but that didn't count for the half-orc warrior that I needed to defeat for some reason. Well, apparently my GPU has a driver that's ready to update. I guess that OBS just captures LOTRO, so you'll probably didn't actually see that, but I had to click out of it. Not sure this quest, I actually determined the composition of enemy forces of actually 4 out of 5 of that, and I have no idea how. I don't even know what quest that is. I think it's enemies abound, but it's like got all this area down to the south. Here's the half-orc riders. Again, I don't know the half-orc warriors, which ones count or not. I just know I need to kill the half-orc riders and would rather do that as much off mount as I can, just because this character for some reason is super weak on the mount. Not as weak as my Warden. Actually, the Warden's just inconsistent, I think is the best way to put it. My Guardian, who is lower level and doesn't even have a good, like, thingy, bridle, that's what those are called, doesn't have a good bridle, is somehow my best character on. Oh, I got a half-orc badge. I didn't even know I had a quest for that. I guess these are all the quests I have, so I have to defeat Edgar. He is south of here. But I still have half-breed cavalry. Yeah, here's a half-orc warrior. Probably wants me to defeat the mounted one. But yeah, the Rune Keeper on the war steed, it's not like it's super bad, it's just slow. And a lot of the damage is damage over time, so I try to stay on foot when possible, unfortunately, because that means I'm like slow, especially relative to the mobs, and they can run out of my range. But of course, fire does have the damage over time, so sometimes I just have to wait for all of that to tick. And still a lot faster than actually being on the war steed, I think. I just know the goblins are the really annoying ones, and I should try to avoid those. I guess I'll do a full circle-ish around this place. There are probably a ton of them to the southeast where I need to go, but I figure I just do like somewhat of a circle until I don't find any more. Looks like there are a couple enemies up here. There's a half-orc warrior and probably another half-orc warrior, so that would actually get all the warriors I need. And just because they're named, I guess, less generic than the riders, I don't know why I thought they'd be a little bit harder to do, but actually the warriors are probably a little bit easier for me to kill. They seem to run right to me instead of away from me like the other ones. As long as I get SAF fire off, he should be good, and I think I'll go ahead and loop back south to the southwest and get the named NPC I need, Edgar, and get the half-orc badge, and then defeat any half-orc riders I see along the way. Maybe we can compare. I'll do some on the mount and just compare a little bit to how it was doing it on foot. There's a half-orc warrior. I don't need that one anymore. There's a half-orc rider. I don't remember why, I just know I always go in order 2, 3, 4. I think there's a reason with my skills. Oh yeah, I also get dismounted very easily, that's another reason. Now these dots I don't think are that strong because they're mainly my worst D dots, and a lot of my dots that I'd actually have, especially if I was using fire rid kill, that one's pretty strong. But if I had a couple of those dots going along with rid of fire, that would be enough to kill them. After just getting a couple of those on, I think. There's a half-orc warrior, don't need that one. But anyway, at least with that fight, just because I got dismounted super quickly, it definitely went slower. Here's a Broadacres bull who is an elite. Just because it's an elite, I feel the need to try to kill it. Shouldn't have any problem, especially if I was playing like, Warg Riders in the Acre. So I need to defeat Goblin Spearmen. They're the super annoying ones, I think. Unless they're different than the other goblins that have been throughout this entire zone. Alright, in yellow line, if I was on foot at least, I would have no issue because I could kite. I just gotta hope the red line I can pack on enough damage here very quickly. There we go. Goblin Flanker, I don't think I need those. Maybe they're the annoying ones and the Spearmen won't be that bad. Oh, looks like I targeted him anyway. I think he resisted my strong dot, actually. I'm actually not sure which one he resisted. Thinking it was Essence of Flame instead. But yeah, that Broadacres bullet didn't really drop too much. I didn't really kill it for the drops, but thought it'd be interesting to see if it dropped a lot of like hides or anything. According to the map, the NPC I need, the named one, should be right around here. There's a half-orc warrior. I wonder if he roams around, if he's like on a mounted enemy or what with that. See, half-orc warrior. Maybe I'll patrol down a little bit to the south. I think I still need the enemies abound. I guess that quest I got done. Half-orc warrior, seeing a ton of the half-orc warriors. Here's a Goblin Spearmen. Go ahead and use self-motivation while I'm thinking about it, and those dots should kill him. Oh, Goblin Badge, so now I got a quest to get a Goblin Badge, which that is Goblin Badge. That is to the northeast. So we'll see if that one is there, and then I'll loop back northwest a little bit from there. There's another Goblin Spearmen. Or any of these, I see a couple of the half-orcs. They are riders, and I need 2 more riders, so this is perfect. This one I'm actually going to get fire ready kill. I know I haven't used that. Normally I have it in my 1 slot anyway, but just wanted to get a couple extra strong dots so I could use Smoldering Wrath on that one and basically do the fight just as it went. Okay, now I can avoid the half-orc mounted enemies, and I just have to pay attention for a couple of Goblin Spearmen. That's a flanker, a defiler. Here's Nettle. So this named NPC is here, the named half-orc, the one that has the half-orc badge, I think. He is nowhere to be found, or at least wasn't where the tracker said he would be, but again, he could patrol, not always be there. All that. So this is ready to advance, which my inventory is full. I don't think I have my VIP subscriber town services, that whole item thing. I have a ton of heritage things. I might just waste these on one of the runestones. Just I have so many of them and I don't need all these. Especially all these little ones. They're like so tiny that it's barely even has any effect on these 3rd ages, and would have barely any effect if it was like more seriously leveling something. So that just frees up a few slots so I can turn in the quest basically before I get to town. But now I still need the half-orc badge, and I still need to defeat 4 more Goblin Spearmen. The half-orc badge, I should go ahead and track that so we can actually know where to go. Or at least where to supposedly go. Might just have to hunt around a little bit as I look for Goblin Spearmen. Can't tell if that one, yeah, he looked a little bit different, so this one is the named NPC I need. Oh, he went just too far away. Really rather not start this. I can kill this Goblin Spearman, but would rather start this on foot and not on mount. After I kill this Goblin Spearman, I'll look at the deed progress again. I'm actually done with Distracting Flame for the day, and I only need to use it once more. That is horrible. Just like so inconvenient. I need 1 more. I just have to remember to use it, but that's like for this character, it's the difference once I finish self-motivation, that and the other one, the difference between a trait point. But eventually I'll just randomly get that done, get my LOTRO points and whatever that come with it, and yeah, the 5 LOTRO points, and actually I would get for both of these 10 LOTRO points combined, and then I guess none for the class deed. Anyway, there's Eager. But I'll eventually catch up to him. There we go. Now he's probably going to run away anyway, but I think they usually run back to you. Some of them just like totally run out of range. Actually, I don't think this actually stuns him. Yeah, he's gonna be super annoying. I think this is still a lot better than if I were on mount. I just have to be a little bit patient, which is sometimes hard. Okay, he should die from that. So just 3 more Goblin Spearmen, and I will be ready for turn ends. I'm kind of thinking once I get wrapped up with this quest, I'll probably go back to Stoke and look at the book quest, see where this Torsbury quest line leads. It probably has more to it if I had to guess. But I'll probably see where Torsbury leads. And maybe once I get back to Stoke will probably be, just for an outlook for the rest of the stream, probably be about when I wrap this up. Just so everybody knows what's going on. If I get like a huge quest set from Torsbury, which I doubt, nothing in West Rohan has been like that so far, I might go ahead and get finished with this. I think I've been going close to 2 hours, and that's kind of what I was planning today. Okay, 2 more Goblin Spearmen. But I've gotten quite a bit of quest progress, it seems like, done. I know this character and just haven't played him much, and when I do, usually do epic battles, so I'm not doing too many quests. I'm not even like halfway done with West Rohan. I have done not Kingstead. Yeah, I did do Kingstead, rather. I did Kingstead and like Edarist. I did Eastfold, and that's pretty much it. Broadacres is the 3rd area, and there are, I don't know, 2 more? I thought maybe there are 5, and I'm in the middle of the 3rd. I wonder if Entwood, again, don't remember exactly. Oh, that was actually a Goblin Spearman I was attacking. I know I was looking at the map, but I have no idea what was actually going on with the combat there. Maybe I had that Goblin Spearman pulled the whole time and just decided to open the map. But just based on level, actually these guys have a huge level range. I think I've even seen some at 88. That's why I was thinking I was quite a bit under halfway. But maybe this is like the halfway zone. Which, if the halfway point, here's Natul again. Maybe he has a Goblin Spearman near him, and not sure. There's a flanker. Yeah, I remember passing these guys. Not past them because they aren't the Spearmen. They are the non-Spearmen. Okay, going to get this Earling Asgarnan. Maybe go back up northwest a little bit, where I have seen some of the Spearmen. Try and avoid that Goblin Defiler. A Defiler on mount sounds extra dangerous. I know I would say Lore Master is more of the good version of Defiler in LOTRO. Not quite exactly the same, more like being the direct good alternative. I don't know why I pulled this Defiler. I actually thought it was a Spearman, even though clearly it is not. Oh yeah, don't need to use Distracting Flame anymore. I can put that back in its original spot, and I should eventually get that done. But I still need to use Self-Motivation, and hopefully that one, no. That didn't look like a Spearman, at least it didn't look like he had a spear. Fork Rider, Defiler, Warrior, Cow, Warrior, Calf, Warrior, Defiler, Warrior. Oops, apparently I pressed a button to attack somebody. I thought I was just pressing tab the whole time, probably picking up pretty loud on the map. On the mic, not on the map. There's a Spearman. He's the only one I'm interested in killing. This actually is not good to be in the red line. And actually my strategy is to die, oddly enough. So it's actually good that I have all these other enemies attacking me. Just because I get to travel a little bit quicker, I think. Maybe that's not entirely true. I was actually quite a bit closer there, but I still get reset out of combat and I don't have to deal with enemies, at least right away. So yeah, I'll let this horse take me that way on auto run the whole time. There is somebody with a flag, Yunez? I don't remember having to kill him. Maybe I did, but he looked like the named half-orc that I had to kill way up here. Don't even remember the other half-orc's name. Be really nice if he could stun mounted enemies. That would make things a lot easier. But since he's deciding to just fight me in melee, that went super well for me. Just being able to sit there and burn him a little bit. See, it looks like I have some pending loot, and I can go ahead and actually just filter that. It's super easy to filter on that and it'll destroy it. Normally I only bother filtering like level cap ones, especially level 100 plus. That's when it gets like super annoying, and you can filter them easily and then never have to get them again, except then you have to loot all of them and go through the whole filter process. But I think that's the point when it's most worth filtering. Wonder, did I actually replace my teal ring, the scaling one? Looks like I did, and I agree with the decision to replace that whenever I decided to do that. But I think we'll actually have to talk to him. It's turning in the report. Talk to Thane Ordag. Oh, I have to talk to somebody else. Okay, that makes sense. I thought that was an instance quest to turn in the report. Don't need any of those earrings. Darkness No More, that was from the int. So yeah, this is defeat enemies within Torsbury. So I think I will actually save Torsbury, the actual questing there, for later. I think it is a good point to wrap up the stream. So, as far as the outlook, while I do some of these town services, the outlook for my content in the future, I plan to have a video on Friday. I'm not entirely sure what it will be, but I at least have one. If I don't have the one I could try to do. I do want to have a missions video soon, and that would basically be the one I would hope to be able to get ready by Friday, but I'm not sure. It's a little bit weird that I actually have time to work on videos again. I haven't had much time the past 2 weeks. I've mainly uploaded some old videos that just need a quick editing or something like that, and worked on a couple videos, but not really as many as I would have hoped to been able to do. So I want to have a video on the missions, at least as far as they are in update 28 beta. I hope to have that at some point by early next week. Otherwise, I think I have 1 or 2 more guides that I could edit. And that's just some possibilities for the short future. Otherwise, tomorrow I will probably go back on Louisden and do a stream on him and start the Wells of Langflood zone. And that, at least, is the short outlook. That is what I plan for tomorrow, at least. I'm not 100% sure on that. Kind of like, basically the past week and a half, 2 weeks, it's basically what my channel has been. Compared to the couple weeks or even period before that where I was able to more solidly plan on what was going on. But anyway, that's just the short outlook. As far as this stream goes, we did not actually do the Deeping Wall Epic Battle Raid. I will fix the title if I remember. And we just did Helm's Dike, and otherwise did a lot of questing. I wrapped up those early area, camp, town, the quest there, and then got towards Torsbury, did some of the Fangorn stuff, but need to actually do the quest in Torsbury now, it looks like. So that's why I'm saving it for later, just a fresh set to do there. I think that'll be exciting to do that, maybe wrap up Stoke and then wrap up the whole zone, maybe. The next time I play this character, that's a possibility, but anyway, it was just fun to play LOTRO again for me. And as far as this stream goes, I hope everybody did enjoy it, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content and all that. And thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.